But we have three specific pieces. One is about posters.
So I learned last night over a dinner party about poster sessions. So researchers get together and they literally sketch out a poster where folks can come up and question their research and their processes around their results. We talked last night about extending that online. So usually at a conference, your membership conferences, you present the poster sessions and people can speak with the researchers about their details. And that usually lasts about 10 minutes or so, very limited amount of time because there's rotating and etc. So we were talking about extending that to an online version. So you have virtual poster sessions. So you keep this up ongoing. You can webcast around it. You guys mentioned you did some sort of extensions around that anyway. And then you have live chat with the presenter. You can have webcast around it. You can there's a great technology around how that is interacted very simply and very affordably.
Great. We talked about doing some things for pre-conference to try to get some buy-in and get some advisory board, and Mary Ellen's going to talk about that.
Sure. I think one of the most important assets you have is the fact that you have this captive audience at your annual conference, and I think I would pull those people together and I would take this beta that you have now and I would invite some people that you feel like are some of the key influencers that are most interested in this topic and say, come look at our beta, come tell us what should we do, what would make this a great product for you. And I think if you get people invested in it at that early stage, it won't even matter that you're not done yet because they'll start to feel a little bit like it's their baby and they'll be a little more willing to wait. And these are people, you've already got their eyeballs, you can already get their butts in the seats, they will listen to you. And I think growing sort of further out of that, you create an advisory board for this project where you identify using your network who are the key influencers, who are not, you don't need to think about all 100 hospitals or even the top 50 hospitals. Who does everybody listen to? I suspect that you have a qualitative answer to that in your head already, but you could do some market research and figure out who those people are and then get them on board and get them talking about your product and get people excited about it, and they won't even hear the talk about the other thing. So.
And as a matter of fact, we even talked about having checklists of things like, if you knew this, who would you talk to about it? What would you do? What would you do with this information? And to try to quantify who would be your best advisory board members. Speaking to Mary Ellen. The other thing we thought about was, how can we reach some people who would push from the other side? Where are people already ready to raise point about what's happening in the medical industry and who cares about what's going on, rather than having people go out and tell news stories? Who's already telling stories? And there are blog carnivals out there of physicians that are huge right now, where people within specialties are talking to each other and talking about specific topics and to engage them, and mommy docs. Not just mommy bloggers, but mommy doctors out there who are out there blogging and get them really engaged and get them really excited. This whole children's hospital with the mommy doctors is a huge opportunity to really get some word out there and push from the other side.
All right, what happens tomorrow morning?
Can we have one more minute?
You got 45 seconds.
Okay, go.
You can do it this tomorrow. What's really compelling about your story is the data of the dollars saved and the lives saved. If you're really beating everybody else on those numbers, that should be on your website and it should be updated weekly. Like, post that new number all the time. Put it on everybody's email, put it on everybody's email signatures, put it on the website, put it on Twitter, put it everywhere. Because if you're beating everybody on that number, make everybody pause and wait because your numbers are better.
It's like burgers sold.
Yeah,
I mean, you
it
have
is.
to McDonald's. And we deliberately stepped away from the idea of the patients because HIPAA violations.
Right, and additionally, if you can project that number, how it's going to do based on trending and additional pieces, put that in too. Yep. With our current program, we will save an additional 50 lives this year.
And so far, as what I've heard up here, ours is still within HIPAA regulations.
Time!